And we are joined for the first time, at least in Isaiah and I's experience, by Dawson from the Ongoing Concept. Dawson, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, good morning. It's much later there for you than it is for me, but it's more of a morning for me than it is for you guys. You guys are almost on lunch break at this point, but yeah, nice to be here.
Yeah, well, you know what? We're used to being up and at 'em early like you are right now, so we get it. We get it. It's not necessarily easy. Dawson, you got a great setup going on over there. I definitely recommend for those who are watching.
My dog just yawned.
He's been
That's what that noise was.
He's been so quiet the whole time, and then all of a sudden I just heard this like loud dog noise, and I was like, "There's been a dog there this entire time."
Yeah, this is Reggie. He's definitely trying to be the star of the show. But
once the camera came on, then he wanted to be a part of it too.
Yeah.
Actually, I do want to be a part of the interview.
Gotta have some of that attention. What kind of dog is it?
It's a border collie doodle, I think. Like it looks like an Aussie doodle, but it's a border collie doodle, I believe, is the right way to put it. Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that he got to be a part of things here. Okay.
Yeah. I might have to get him to leave because he will bug me the whole time.
You know what? Let's get down to business. Whether Reggie.
No, he's fine.
All right.
He's outside. He's outside now.
There we go. I wanted to ask. You've got a new album coming out. You've been putting out a bunch of new music videos, and one of the ones I caught was for Unwanted Again, where not only did I watch the video where you got the VHS camera footage going, which is awesome, but you also went ahead and you like added in footage from you guys growing up as well. And I wanted to know, you said, I saw your TikTok or your reel or whatever, where you said you had to comb through footage from when you were a kid. Did you find any, like, just a gold mine of footage that didn't make it into the video? There's appropriate for that, but what did you find in there?
There's a lot of stuff. Like, I think through it all, I think there was almost 23 hours of family footage because my dad was very like really into the VHS filming our family back in the day. And so there's a lot of stuff that I sift through, and there's some gold nuggets for sure. And a lot of it wasn't music related. Like there's a one in particular of my brother and I, my dad bought like an old boat and we were sanding it to like refurbish it or something. And my Kyle, he was it's just so funny. He just has horrible balance because he had like bad hearing when he was a kid. He had to have tubes in his ears, so his equilibrium was all messed up, and so he would often fall over and stuff. So there's this one video of him, and he is in this mud pit, and he gets up and he's crying, and he starts to back up to show my dad that he fell, and then he trips over the back of the boat and falls again into like this other part of the boat that's just full of like dirty water, and he just can't. Oh, and his face is all like crusted from like mud that he fell. Oh, it was the best. I wish I would have put that on like Funniest Home Videos. Back in the day when they do Funniest Home Videos before,
yes,
TikTok and all that stuff. Like that was the stuff that I wish we would have submitted because it just was so funny.
You had it right there.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff. There's so many good stuff of us just as kids, just hanging out, doing stupid things. And, my dad just loved to film us. So,
yeah, that's awesome. And speaking on the album as well, this is the first one that I saw you guys are putting out on vinyl as well. Was that a pretty exciting thing for you? All something you've wanted to do for a while? And also like the album like cover, the artwork's super cool. What was like what you wanted out of that? Why did you go with like the digging of the hole? Like what was the inspiration for that?
Yeah, the vinyl is super cool. Like we've never done vinyl before, and I'm so excited to do that. And I'm sure that we will have more vinyl for past records at some point too. I mean, Saloon does come out. Well, 10 years of Saloon will be this year as well. So nice. I think something will happen from that. But yeah, the album artwork itself, I think I just I wanted to do something with the VHS camera, and I thought of the idea of like, what's the one thing about the VHS era that was the most, besides pushing play, what was the next biggest part of a VHS? It was rewinding. And
Right.
so to me, I thought the concept of again and rewind almost fit in the same context. And so I thought, oh, that'd be really cool to like, have all of this like VHS tape just sprawled out, like taken out of the VHS cassette and, laying on the ground. And then it's like building like a graveyard of VHS tapes of who knows what. But I thought maybe that could actually be each song of the album is a VHS tape. So this kind of idea spawned from me just getting a VHS camera to me thinking about the concept of rewinding and all of this stuff. And then the concept of again and then bringing back references from our older songs and older music videos. All of that just led to the idea of building a graveyard of just VHS tapes and a camera. So that's kind of where the idea came from. It kind of also stemmed from procrastinating till the label reached out and was like, hey, we got to get this submitted. You have like a few days to get something figured out. And I'm like, oh no, I need to think of something. So sometimes procrastination does help out because it makes you have to think of something real fast on the spot, and it turns out awesome. So that was kind of part of it too.
Yeah, for sure. Everything we've seen has turned out real cool. Now I want to ask, and maybe you've said this elsewhere, but I just haven't caught it. But you guys, you went on hiatus for several years. What was it that what was the process of getting back together and getting music out there? How did that all come about?
Like we were. Sorry, if you hear chickens in the background, that is just we live on some property. I'll just say that. So there's lots of sounds in the morning. No, I mean when the guys quit back in like 2015, and then I kind of kept doing it for a while. It just wasn't sustainable in the sense that financially it was just hard to kind of keep it going with just me and some other guys that no one knew. And all of those people are great. And Andy is still in the band. I picked up Andy after Kyle and Parker and TJ left, and he's still, with us. But after a while, it just got to the point where financially it just wasn't working. And so I kind of just called it quits after that third record, Places, came out, because I needed to grow up a little bit. I needed to financially get stable. I needed to just settle down and kind of find something beyond just music as like my sole identity. And that's a very important key, because I think all of us needed to do the same. Parker, TJ, and Kyle all needed to find a passion or something beyond just being in a band and traveling and touring and constantly waking up, making, feeling like you have to stay relevant or have to have this or that every morning. So we all grew up. I'm married now. My brother Kyle has 2 kids now. Parker's getting married in July. Like, we're all just kind of in a spot where we grew up, we found different passions that we love. And if the band were to just disband overnight tomorrow, none of us would be as devastated as we would have been, back in that time when we only lived and breathed the band. So all of that came together in the sense that we had grown up, we'd done our stuff, we'd had life experiences. And then when like 2020 hit with the pandemic, we started hanging out a lot more. And that was kind of when we were like, hey, like, why don't we start writing? There's nothing really to lose. We could just see what happens. And it was such a breath of fresh air because we had all matured so much. And the process of writing just was great. And it just turned into something awesome. And I'm so proud and thankful and blessed to have it all work out the way it did. So that's pretty much the story. Yeah.
That's the story. Well, we're glad you're back. We missed you all a lot, and we cannot wait for the new album again. It's coming out soon, right?
Friday. Yes.
That's Friday.
March 31st.
It's almost here. So the new album from the Ongoing Concept again coming out this weekend, and we've been playing Prisoner Again. Yeah. We've been playing Prisoner Again, and we've got it right here for you. Dawson, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks to Reggie and the chickens as well.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys.
And we can't wait to see you guys out on tour. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
It's the Ongoing Concept.